final it would have been packed. Here's the West German side. The number 6 Wimmer is the interesting one. He was taken off at half-time in the match against Yugoslavia, and Fleury of Cologne came on and really transformed the West German side. But he has been left out. It's said, perhaps a little unkindly, that Beckenbauer, who has a lot to say about the selection of the side, versus Wimmer, and that's why Wimmer got in. The Czechs here with Švelik, the number 17. He's the interesting character there, because he comes in place of the suspended midfield player that we were talking about a moment ago in the studio. So that's the Czech side: Viktor, Bivanik, Ondrus, Kapčević, Goch, Tobias, Panenka, Švelik, Mazny, Murder and Neherda. Well, the team's now on the field. It's an Italian referee tonight, incidentally. Mr. Sergio Gonella with 2 Italian linesmen. The Czechs will be wearing the red shirts, and the Germans, under their light blue tracksuits, I imagine, will wear their white. That's the referee, Gonella. Quite a task for him tonight, and I hope he does as well as Clive Thomas of Wales did in the opening game of the tour, when he really took charge of a difficult match between Czechoslovakia and Holland. And everybody's been praising him for the way he did his job quite fearlessly, even though he had to send 3 players off. This is the 5th European Championship final, the previous winners being Russia in 1960, Spain in 64, Italy in 68, and as I say, West Germany in 1972. The Germans now aiming to become the first nation to win it twice. Quite a contrast in personalities really here as well. The old masters of Germany challenged by a Czech team that believes in teamwork and has been so successful with its teamwork. And I think a Czech victory will be popular with everyone who believes that football's honours should go around. And Franz Beckenbauer about to be awarded a souvenir from the president of the Yugoslav FA. Franz Beckenbauer there, winning his 100th cap for West Germany tonight, the first German to do so, and only the 9th footballer in world football history to do that. And 3 of those players, of course, were Englishmen: Bobby Moore, Bobby Charlton, and ITV's own Billy Wright. So Beckenbauer in tremendous company. He made his first appearance for Germany way back in 1965 as a 19-year-old in a game against Sweden in Stockholm. Well, we wait still for the president of the Yugoslav FA to come and make this presentation that's been announced on the loudspeaker. And indeed, the kick-off time is being pushed back further and further. One piece of news that we have had, at least I've had it unofficially in the last 5 minutes, is that the plans for a replay, or at least there were plans for a replay on Tuesday should this match finish level after extra time, have now been scrapped, and in fact there will be penalties tonight, so I've been informed, if indeed they are required at the end of extra time. The Germans said to be on a bonus of some £2,000 a man to win this match tonight. The Czechs take rather a different attitude. They heard today that for their part in getting to this final, they will be received by their president, and they are reported to have said, that's all the bonus that we want. Well, I think, to be honest, this is a rather unforgivable delay for players whose nerves are strict. And we get the anthems now, at long last. So the preliminaries are over, and the players, after that long wait, can now, in fact some of them are taking, as you can see, their bouquets of flowers across to the crowd on the far side. We've had a marvellous entertainment, in fact, the last hour, with choirs and a gymnastics display. There's the beautiful choristers, and Sepp Maier was the first there, Tobias, the Czech number 2 also. And it really has been a marvellous display leading up to this European Championship final, which I think everybody in this vast Red Star Stadium thoroughly approved of. Uli Hoeneß there flinging his bouquet into the crowd as well, and Helmut Schön smiling benignly like a man who's seen it all before, but still I have no doubt wondering what's going to happen, as we all are, in the next 90 minutes. Signor Gonella with his 2 Italian linesmen. Ondrus, this enormous number 4, the captain of Czechoslovakia, and Franz Beckenbauer, the captain of West Germany. Ondrus, who, as we said in the studio a bit earlier, had the misfortune to put the ball into his own net in the semi-final against Holland, although he had scored the opening goal, and it looks as though Czechoslovakia have won that toss there, and they are going to defend the goal to our left, attacking the goal to our right. As you can see, the media are completely in evidence, and indeed it worried Helmut Schön to a good degree, because after Dieter Müller, there's Franz Beckenbauer, after Dieter Müller's magnificent display in this stadium on Thursday night with that hat-trick when he came on as a substitute, that really is a super sub. He was a little worried with the badgering he got from my colleagues in television and the press as well, and he wonders just how it'll affect him and how he'll play tonight. Well, a lot will depend on how this man plays tonight as well. Let's make no mistake at all about that. It'll be the West Germans in white who will be kicking off. As you saw, Ondrus of Czechoslovakia won that toss. And again, we're kicking off late. Check the watch by the referee on the far side. West Germany in white shirts, black shorts. Czechoslovakia in red shirts, white shorts, blue stockings. Miller getting the game underway. Beckenbauer playing it now to Dietz, another new member of this German side from Duisburg. Number 7 is Rainer Bonhoff. Here's Beckenbauer again. Coming forward. A swing of the arm, telling somebody else to get forward as well. Beer now. And now the chance for Czechoslovakia to break with Neherde. Here's Masny, the man who caused England so many troubles in those qualifying games. Neherde again. This time to Panenka. Tobias right forward, and here's Möder. Well, Möder was well beaten there. And away goes Bonhoff now for West Germany, with Müller waiting in the middle, and Victor saving well there. A good break by Bonhoff, and just the first little mistake there by the Czechs. They could so easily have been punished for it. This is Tobias. Number 6 is Herbert Wimmer. 30 votes. Back to Franz Beckenbauer. Beer. Being quite a heavy scorer for his club, Hertha Berlin. Here's Herbert Wimmer, who scored in this final against the Russians in Brussels in 1972. A good cross there, and Ondrus getting it away. Masny. Goch away on the far side, the number 12. Bypassing Schwelik, Nehode, the number 11, going in there, but there's Schwarzenbeck coming in, finding Beckenbauer. They must know each other's play so well over the years for Germany and for Bayern Munich. And here's Herbert Wimmer. Müller beaten away though, and here comes Czechoslovakia again. Through Masny. A touch to Schwelik. Now to the number 3, Kapčovič. Schwelik. Quite a slight, fair-haired little figure from a distance, looking very much like Denis Law, and Czechs will hopefully play like Denis Law tonight. It'll throw then for Czechoslovakia opposite the German penalty area, with Marian Masny, the number 10, taking it. And Moda beaten away. In fact, the ball came off the Czech, and he can't believe that it came off him. He would have felt sure that that was a corner, but the Italian linesman says no, a goal kick. So Sepp Maier, 32 years old, 69 caps. So Franz Beckenbauer tonight with 100 caps. That says a lot for the experience in the West German defence, particularly when you add people like Schwarzenbeck to it, who's got 40 caps. Rainer Bonhoff again, Beer, Dietz, Beckenbauer. Casual chip forward again, but not it back for Czechoslovakia by Goch, Möder, Nehoda. Wimmer, or rather Muller, doing a little bit of chasing there. Tobias. Oh, and Goch giving that away, but it surprised Holzenbein as much as it surprised the Czech's teammate, and the ball goes away for a throw to Czechoslovakia. I think so often in the past Czechoslovakia have threatened to do well. Of course, they got to the final of the 1962 World Cup, but so often they've fallen to the last hurdle, and I think it's as much a belief in themselves and a belief in their ability to beat the best teams in the world that might well, even tonight, stand between them and victory. If they can go out and believe they can beat the West Germans, then that could happen, because indeed they've got some very good victories behind them against England, as we said, particularly against the Russians in the quarter-final, and some good stuff against the Dutch in the semi-final here on Wednesday, at least in Zagreb on Wednesday. Long free kick, Masny right up there. And it'll be a throw to Czechoslovakia. There's no doubt the Czechs have got the skill. The real question is whether they have the temperament. Ondras coming up there rather unexpectedly, and with weight enough perhaps to shrug a German off the ball, except that Schwarzenbeck got the better of him there. Good challenge though by Goch, and now here's Masny just onside. A free kick to Czechoslovakia. Number 7 is Panenka. Masny now. Nehoda coming in, and across the face of that goal there, and Maier had to go down very quickly.